What are we saying? I'm asking you this as well. And what's going on with them shits and gigs, man, them?
Oh, shit, boy.
What are we saying, Chucks?
The shits and gigs thing.
Doug, do you want to speak first while he's having a thing?
Yeah, I like my thing. I never really like. I see their stuff pop up on things, but I never really watched it like that. But I just think, brother, if you know this is how you're talking about black women, and you know your demographic is majority women like that, brother, you fix up how you're talking about the women. Them, like, I'm just being real. Like, you can't. Like, I get if you've been bullied or you've had experiences with a certain type of women that make you think a certain way. But when you get onto this kind of level, like, we've all got platforms, innit? We've all, you know what I mean? Like, you got to understand there's certain things you can't say in front of this camera and put it out into the atmosphere, innit?
But then they're not being their genuine selves.
They're not, but then there's certain things that you just don't have to talk about. Like, if I like doing something that I know that I don't really want to be out there, just because I'm here, I can still be genuine without telling you my inner secrets. Do you get what I'm saying? Or without telling you how I really feel about a certain thing.
Here's the thing, though. So some of those clips, like, of when they were talking about that stuff was quite early on in their pod game. And although they probably had a lot of traction at that point because they've been doing well for quite a while, it's very different to how it is now. And I think, you know, they're sitting there and they're talking about their experiences and they're mixing it with a lot of laughing and joking and all of that, And there's going to become a time where later on down the line, when you are consistently in front of a camera and you're talking and you're doing it for years, you know what? People are going to be able to take out 4, 5 or 6 things that you said, and they are going to, like, create a narrative off of it. And that's not to say that, like, some of the things that they said people shouldn't feel offended by, because I understand it. I think it was just a little bit unfortunate that with the Andrew Schultz thing, because I watched the Andrew Schultz podcast. I watched the pod. I know what Andrew Schultz is about. In his jokes, there is nobody gets a blie. He is on joking about absolutely every, and he hates, the one thing that Andrew Schultz hates, he hates politically correct, and he hates that the idea of anyone trying to silence a comedian. Now there's a conversation to be had about some of the types of jokes that he's having, like, because whether you consider them a joke or not, sometimes he is joking about things that are quite, it's like his jokes can be very, very insensitive. But Jews get them, Indians get them. He's really giving them out. And I think when he had shits and gigs on the couch and he's doing that, they're not really saying anything. He's just the one who's
But they're laughing. It's the laughing. They're laughing hard.
But though, they're always, this is their thing. They're laughing.
You know,
one of the reasons why shits and gigs are so big is because they're just laughing. It's not even no, this is no disrespect to them whatsoever. It's not even that it's that funny. It's just infectious. So they're so used to sitting on a couch just laughing. They'll laugh at something that is seen as funny. They'll laugh at something that is awkward. They will just laugh. But it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good if there is someone can look at a trail or a level of consistency where it seems as though there is a certain distaste towards a black woman.
I don't think they're that intact in with black culture.
No.
That's my impression. I don't think they're tapped in with black culture, bro. Because my first thing where I looked at them and I thought, is when, because I don't, listen, let's be real. It's not, I'm happy for them in what they're doing, but it's not really, the man them ain't really watching shits and gigs. They've got their demographic and it's they've been super successful. But when I saw them, like the first thing that brought my attention, I was like, was the rap man thing, the Supercell thing, where he's gone on there and he said,
the poet clarted them.
He's talking about, I was going to watch Supercell, but the only people I've heard say it's good are the blacks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mad.
Who's the blacks, bro? Like, you see what I'm trying to say? So when I like, it's the blacks and, you know, and people, it's a black person from South London that's made it, and the only black people's opinions ain't valid. Yeah, like, we don't know, we can't tell you a good show.
You're not tapped in.
Forget the tapped in. What we can't tell you a good show. We can't tell you what you're saying. The black, so you need the recommendation of the white people to tell you what a good show is. We can't know a good show. And Supercell's a good show across the board. It's critically acclaimed across the board. But when he was like, the blacks. Then now I see all of this stuff going. I just think, yeah, because you man ain't really, you're not, I don't want to say you're not part of the culture, but I know the culture I'm talking about when I say this. I'm talking, the scene, the culture, what's really going on. You lot are probably in a different kind of world, and that's fine because everyone has to live their own life. But when I hear that, the blacks, and then I see them too much laughing at a comedian's allowed to be a comedian. You can laugh at comedians' joke. A man will make inappropriate jokes. That's what comedians do. But if you know your audience, here's the thing. I think the apology is what fucked it up.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what really fucked it. The apology was just like a joke thing.
I said to Sam,
and then also deleting it was even.
And deleting it, and also, but why
even in that instance when the comedian ran the joke, I said if that was me and P in that situation, we would have gone into a thing where we would have run a joke with each other, but to reverse that, like, boy, I don't know about all of that, and like, you would react. Do you get me? I'm not gonna sit there and giggle over something unless I really genuinely feel that way about it. Like, do you get what I mean? And I think that's the realness of it. Like, regardless of what they say, the apology taking that.
The
back,
benefit of the doubt can go in the room. I can give them the benefit of the doubt.
In that context, I could give them the benefit.
Yeah, same. I can give the benefit of the doubt.
Here's where it's techie, yeah. So like, this is me being objective here. Yeah, it's like being black. Like we all have different, like there's all different types of black experiences, isn't it? Yeah. Every black experience isn't necessarily the same.
Facts.
However, when you have a certain black experience that is, I guess, outside of a certain culture, you have to be very mindful when you're talking about a certain thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Otherwise, it can be seen a certain way. And I think that has been their hindrance. Their black experience is valid.
100.
But you know what? When you now, because they've come from wherever it is that they've come from, it's like now when you start speaking on a certain thing a certain way, then it's going to be looked at very differently because it's you that is speaking about it. So it wasn't I'll be honest with you, it wasn't a surprise to me that this was a thing that started to become a thing for them. I just think that they got to learn whatever they need to learn from that and do better.
Yeah,
and whatever.
That's all we're gonna say on that.
They'll recover from it. They'll be fine.
Yeah,
ultimately, their audience knows them. They obviously know their heart and whatnot, and they will be able to move on from that. They will just have to expect though that when their clips transcend outside of their community, there's always going to be comments about who people perceive them to be because of what they have shown on their content.
Manscaped.com. The handyman. You've been using yours, none of man. This is for the quick. This is for you, man. When you just want the quick, clean shave, the
for
quick
me,
everything.
It's just a thing like when I start to see the regrowth on the head top.
Straight in.
You've been extra clean recently, though.
Yeah, that's probably why.
This is the new.
Remember, I got a few Manscaped. I got the shave. I got the beard thing.
20% discount on the cold winners.
Come on.
You're on a 6-week streak still.
I'm on a 6-week.
Yeah, you're on a 6-week streak still.
Listen,
clean.
I say it again. 20% discount when you use the code winners. The handyman. That's just for the stubble. New product. As soon as you see a little stubble, you just run it over with the handyman. 20% discount when you use the code winners.
Rinse it under the like under the tap.
Simple.
Again,
yeah, they've got everything there. The beard kit. They got the full beard kit. The Manscaped 4.0 body groomer and all of that.
Beard kits coming in handy.
Free post and packaging as well. 20% discount when you use the code winners. The beard oils, everything, as well as the regular shavers and the weed whacker, which is the nose trimmer. They got everything there. Boxers, aftershave, the works. That's from us to you. 20% discount when you use the code winners and free packaging.